So next point from unit number 4 is the type of the big data analytics. So now up to this we have discussed a lot of things regarding the data analytics. Now what are the different analytics methods are present, we will discuss now. So today's the organizations are growing rapidly and they realize that big data becomes the advantages in most of the applications. So due to this they make sure to select the right options of data analytics solutions to increase rate of the interest and decrease the operational cost and also to improve the security quality. There are major four types of the big data analytics, and these one are this: descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. So what are these things, and this will we will cover it through one by one and with the example. First is the descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics can be defined as it is the simplest class of analytics, one that let you to compress big data into the smaller one, more useful chunk of informations. It can be considered as one of the basic form of the analytics, and almost 90% of organization make use of the descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics can describe as what has happened. Okay, what has happened, it is the focus on these things, that is the what had happens. Approaches, which means that it can be examining the data coming in the real times and historical data for insight on how to approach the futures. The main goal of this descriptive analytics is to find out the reasons of previous success or failure which was happens in the past. Okay, so that particular things, descriptive analysis is based on the two major thing, that is the what is the happens in past. It may be the success or it may be the failure. Here the terms past can be referred to as the particular times in the event can be happens, and it may be the month ago or day, or it may be the few just minute or just few minutes ago. Descriptive analytics can help for the business to learn from the past behavior to understand how they will affect on upcoming outcomes. Okay, so descriptive analytics are depends on standard aggregations functions in the database which do not require an extra knowledge of maths. Only the basic schools maths is the necessary. Descriptive analysis is the analogy of the data that is available from the past. Okay, for examples, for the example, descriptive analytics include the results that the business achieves from the web server with the help of the Google Analytics tools. The outcomes can assist to understand what actually happens in the past and confirm it if the promotional companies was successful or not. The basic parameters such as given the page views, it is the so in short, the descriptive analysis is based on the past data available. It may be the failure data, it may be the successful data. The next one is the diagnostic analysis. Diagnostic analysis depends on the diagnosis. The name reflect diagnosis. So diagnosis is detailed diagnosis of particular things. Diagnosis, it is used to find out the reason why the something is happened. Diagnosis analysis take deeper look at data to understand the reasons of events and the behaviors. Okay, so diagnostic analysis is when researching leading churn indicator and uses tendency between the trustworthy customers. Organizations make the use of diagnosis analysis because they give the deeper inside look. At the same times, the company should have details information of their post disposal. If not data collected may turns out to the individual of every issues and requires more times. Example regarding the diagnosis analysis is the churn result analysis and the customer health score analysis. Diagnosis is represent the detailed analysis of each and every data that they are required from the past. Okay, so third one is the predictive analysis. The predictive analysis can be useful for making the predictions of what will be happens in future. Prediction analysis is the next steps up in the data reductions. So its the name is defined predictions. So predictive analysis is the future result based analysis, prediction based analysis. And it makes use of range of statistical, maybe the statistical modeling, data modeling, and the machines learning techniques to learn the current and historical data, thereby preventing analysis to make the predictions about the futures. It means we are using in the predictions analysis statistical modeling, data modeling, or the machine learning techniques is the use with the help of predictions analysis. With the help of predictions analysis, and organizations gather the conceptual data and related it with the other user behavior data set and web server data to acquire the actual insight. Predictive analysis offer the best recommendations and also answer to questions which are not given by the business intelligence. One of the best examples of the predictive analysis is in the predicting the credit scores. Credit scores assist financial institutions to make decisions about the probability of customers paying credit bills on time or not. Okay, so prediction is totally based on the predictions. It is in the future predictions. Next one and last one is the perspective analysis. Perspective analysis is the considered at the most valuable big data analytics, which will be the use add and extra features for manipulating the features. It will give the suggestions for the possible outcomes of every decision, so that decision makers can use these informations and execute it and maximize the business matrices. Also it can advise the best way of actions of every specific outcomes. Perspective analysis need two components. There's for actionable data feedback systems which keep the tracks of outcomes generated by the opportunities action taken. The feedback systems eventually help in capturing more the data to analyze and adjust the actions to provide the more precise results. So perspective is depends on the past as well as the future. Prediction is the combinations of predictive and diagnostic. For example, the perspective analysis can be useful for classifying the customer according to their product preference and the sales. Okay, so in the perspective, the customer's demands and its reference is examined for generating the results. Another examples of predictive analysis is the healthcare industry. With the help of perspective analysis, we can manage the patient populations to count the number of patients who are fast, then can insert some filters for factors such as the data base and cholesterol level to decide where to focus the treatment. So perspective analysis is the last one, and this analysis is give the details of past as well as the future. It means it is give the descriptive analysis, it is diagnosis, and it is a predictive analysis. So in the predictive analysis again, analysis make again the solutions and optimizations to ask what should a business do. It is give the results on the basis of on the suggestions that what should a business business do for the profit base. And it is again consider the feedback mechanisms for generations of the results. The concept of perspective analysis is an advanced concept based on optimizations, statistic optimizations like machine learning, etc.